Okay, welcome to our training. If you did our session before, we did another seated martial arts session. So welcome back if you were able to attend that. If you're joining us first of all on the online platform, then you'll see through this session that we start to give you a view into martial arts. And we also start to show you some self-defense techniques and simple ideas to practice that you can go away and work with loved ones and people in your own environment. So we're from a company called Stay Safe Global, and we offer pre-awareness and avoidance training to deal with and avoid dangerous situations. And we also deal with physical escape techniques that are all informed by survivors. So we work within refuges of people who have experienced domestic abuse or sexual violence or people trafficking, modern slavery. And it shines a light onto what's psychologically available as well as physically available for us when we're thinking about avoiding dangerous situations and potentially getting out of them. We'll be going through some of that training later on in this session to give you something to practice, but we will also start by recognizing that the base of our training is in the martial arts and giving you an insight into the art that we've studied, which is Wing Chun Kung Fu. Now, regardless of the style, there are many different styles in many different countries. Martial arts not only has physical techniques and some fitness properties to it, but it also uses the body in certain ways and starts to express and to work inward strength and inward ability to conduct and training that art. So we'll have a look at some of the stress relieving properties of martial art, some of the breathing activities in martial arts, as well as getting us moving. So without further ado, I think we should get started. Now, as you've already heard, if you can do any exercise, make sure that you're fit and able. And if at any point you start to feel dizzy or you feel like you want to stop or have a drink, then just do it. It's not a problem at all. This is all recorded, so if you're live, you can pick it up later. And if you're watching it, you can obviously just hit the pause button. Don't push yourself too hard. Also, make sure you're on a stable chair because you might end up toppling over. If you can, try and sit with your back off of the chair so you're holding your core in your middle. But if you lean back, it's not a problem at all. If you need to take a rest, simply take a rest. If you can't hold yourself up, try and put your backside as far back in the chair as you can. So we're sitting with a straight spine, like someone's pulling a hair up on our head. And that's going to be important later on when we start to look through some of these breathing exercises. But we'll start with a general warm-up. Now, we're going to use our shoulders. So all we need to do is to start rotating and shrugging your shoulders forwards. Up to your ears and then back down. Just forward and then take them back. Make sure we got the full range of motion. We're going to be doing some different ideas today, some different movements, some punches, even maybe using the elbow. So just making sure that we're able to be loose is going to be important to us. Now, through the day, tension can start to build up. And tension builds up generally in two different ways. We either tend to hold it in our backside, which leads to pressure and pain in the lower back. Also, very commonly, we start to hold stress in our neck. So we end up with stress around the neck and around the shoulders, which leads to headaches and feelings of fatigue. So we're just going to relax the neck and we're just gently going to take the ear down towards the shoulder and then come back up and then the other ear across. And then we're going to look down. So we're just going to drop our chin to our chest and come up and then we're going to look back. Now, very gently, we're just going to roll, but we're not going to do full circles. We're just going to roll that ear down and then across to the other. So we're just gently going to roll across. And then we're going to do the back side of it. So we'll go ear to ear. So we'll just do it back and behind. So common. People start to hold tension up in this area. And when people get massaged, and they get relaxed, they often feel like they've got much more energy. Well, it's because your body's been actually locking on and holding all this tension. So it's not a bad thing, just to recognize that we're going to drop down into our body, make sure we're relaxed, and make sure that we're focusing in our body, sitting down, working out what's tense, what isn't, rather than running around and having everything in our headspace. We've all had days like that. Oh, I've got to do this. Oh, I've got that job to do. Where are my keys? We're running and running and running. Let's just take this opportunity for however long we're going to train for, the whole session, or we can drop in for 10 minutes or even 5 minutes. And just get used to sinking down and focusing on our body. So now we're relaxed in the neck and the shoulders. We're just going to breathe in, nice deep breath, and we're going to bring our hands up. And as we breathe out, we're just going to flick the hands down towards the floor. So we're going to breathe in. And then as we breathe out, just let the hands sink down towards the ground, making sure the elbows just bounce on the joint. Nice and gently, and we relax. Now, finally, we're going to start to work just the chest. So we're just going to hug in and then hug out. We're going to hug ourselves and go out. And all through these movements, let's try and keep that neck nice and relaxed. So we're going to talk today about speed. We're going to talk a little bit about strength, but it's going to come from relaxation. We've got to try and recognize that we want to stay loose. It's going to lead to power and it's going to lead to speed, which are two qualities that we start to value within martial arts. Okay. But anyway, in everyday life, being more relaxed, less tense is going to lead to us not getting injured, not pulling muscles, and generally, as I say, having more energy day to day, because we're not using that energy to bunch and hold these muscles tense. So we're going to start with that idea, and we're going to start with our first strike and our first punch. Martial arts uses the body in different ways. So the first way we're going to use this is we're going to hit out to the side, and we call it a side punch. No big mystery there. But it's actually not to hit something to the side. It just moves in a certain way. So a side punch will flick out. A front punch will just go straight forwards. I'm going to hit almost to the side. I'd like you to go directly at the side. The reason I'm going to nearly go to the side and be at a slight angle is so that you can still see what we're doing. But we're going to start by holding that elbow up. It's quite a fake way of doing it. We don't walk around with our hands up here, but it'll give us the chance to warm the elbow and get the idea of this movement. Now, if we're hitting that way, the danger's coming from that way. So we're going to place our hand up to protect ourselves on that side. Does us no good down here or scratching our ear. We're going to place it in the direction of the danger. And all we're going to do is flick out and back. The arm is going to flick and come back, flick and come back, flick and come back. So we'll do 5, then we'll do 5 on the other side, and then we'll talk about it a bit more. So elbow up, hand on the side facing the way we're punching. Hit out and come back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice and gently warming up that elbow. Now we'll do the other side, elbow up. Guard hand pointing the way we're punching. Out and back. 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Now we are hitting with a fist. And we're imagining we're hitting. But if we are going to hit, we want to make sure we have a tight hand. We're not hitting with the back of the hand. If you make a fist and you tap on the back of your hand, you'll feel all sorts of little bones. We don't want to go bashing anything with those bones. So we're going to cock the wrist back slightly so we hit with the knuckle. Now, obviously, you can not do that now and you can just get the idea. But as you start to practice and you start to get better with this movement, think more about holding the fist and turning it so we're not smashing the back of the hand. Let's try again. So let's hold the hand up to the side. Guard hand pointing the way of the danger. And as we hit, we cock the knuckles back slightly so that we're not bashing with the back of the hand. Let's try 5 again, a little faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And you'll notice it's going out fast, but also coming back fast. If I'm going to hit again, it's got to come back. If I leave it hanging out, I'm open low, it can be pulled. So what goes out quickly comes back quickly. So let's try 5 more. Out, back fast. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Let's do the other arm. Remember, fist cocked back slightly so we're not hitting with those tiny bones. Hand pointing the way that we're hitting. That's where danger's coming from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Make sure it's coming back fast too. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And relax. Now, if we're punching and we're hitting anything going out, again, it's about relaxation. The phrase is you throw a punch. Well, you throw a stone. And when you throw a stone or a dart, you don't stay stiff. You just throw it. So I'd like you now to make a hand. In fact, use your good hand. If you're right-handed, use your right hand. Left-handed, use your left hand. And make the strongest fist you can. Really squeeze it. Really squeeze. And while that's held, I want you to put your hand on your bicep, just this muscle here. And if your bicep has suddenly become tense because you're squeezing your hand, when you're punching, what you're actually doing is tightening that muscle and slowing it down. So if you went to a gym and you asked them for bigger biceps, they would give you an exercise that does this, that curls back towards you. Well, when we punch, we don't want to come towards us. We want it going out. So the muscle we don't want is the bicep. This comes back to what I was saying earlier on. It's not about tension. It's about relaxation. So we're going to have a tight fist, but the bicep is going to be very relaxed. And it's the tricep that's going to hit and pull back. Again, if you've done this training a few times, make sure you take it steady because you're throwing the arm. You don't want to damage the elbow. Build up, go slowly, start in this position. So let's do a few more with the hand up. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, I don't expect you walk around with your arm like this. I don't, okay? It's generally down by your side. So we're going to do the same punch from low. The hand is going to come from low to high. So put your hand on your pocket, just relaxed, and it will hit and come back, but it's still going to move in the same motion. Don't worry, we're going to take it steadily. So we're going to start with the elbow up. We're going to hit out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we're going to put the hand down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks fast, but watch. It's only doing the same movement. Out, back, out, back, out, back. Let's try the other hand. Elbow up to start. Guard hand pointing that direction. Just warming up in this sort of fake half movement. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, let the hand drop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let it bounce. 5. We'll do a few more. 6. Good. 7, 8, 9, 10. And relax. Good. So we call that a side punch. Some people call it a back fist. Back fist sometimes gives the idea that it's hitting with the back of the hand. Well, just tap. Break those bones. Your piano playing game days are over, or playing on your PlayStation. You're in trouble. So, fist closed, hitting with the knuckles. Now we're going to hit with our hands back. And we're going to have our hands up. And all we're going to do is we're going to hit 1, 2. Again, I'm going to do it at a slight angle. 1, 2. 1, 2. Okay, just bear with me 1 second. Sorry, let's make sure my mic stays on. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to hear me. So what we're looking for here is 2 straight punches. And you imagine, I'm going to put it into the camera, that it's punching straight down a pipe and coming back down that pipe. So it's not going to drop to the side. We're going to hit 1, 2. And you could hit your left hand, then your right hand, or your right hand, then your left hand. It's normally dictated by what leg we have forwards. Well, we're sat in the chair, so it's up to you. All I want you to focus on is that we have this short guard protecting our face, and we're going to hit 1, 2. Let's try. 1, 2. And when one hand is hitting, one hand is guarding. Let's try again. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. And I'll count and we'll do 2 punches. Keep them up, keep them tight. 1, 2, 3. Are your hands still up, touching your face? 4, 5. Imagine that tunnel. Don't let them drop down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. One of the big differences between a brawler and a martial artist is a martial artist knows where his hands are, because it means we can hit in very accurate positions. If someone's brawling, they don't care. They're normally the one to instigate the situation or instigate any conflict. So they only hit in broad sweeps. You can't defend like that. You have to be precise. So you need to know where your hands are. We have one punch here where our hand was down. We warmed it up in this odd position, but then we had the hand down. We weren't ready and we whipped and we came back. Then we had our hands up and we're tight. 1, 2, and we're punching from here, staying tight. Now what I'd like us to do is to work from a longer guard. So we have a long guard, a short guard, and sometimes we get caught with our hands being down. We'll recap all this, so don't worry too much. But I'd like you to get used to putting your hands a little further forward, because this space here is what we want to protect. So if I sit side on for a second, this space here is what we're trying to protect. If we have our hands back, we can punch into it. If we have our hands down, we have to fill it in some way. If we do get the chance, let's have our hands up, ready to keep away, push away potentially, and protect this space. So all I want you to do is to put one hand up, and we give this name in Cantonese as mun sao, searching hand, seeking hand. I mean, it's particular to the type of martial art that we're doing now, but all styles have an understanding of this. And a rear guard hand, a wu sao, our throat protection hand, our hand that's going to be ready in case that front hand is pulled or it's able to be hit over the top. We're ready with 2 hands. We're not going to tuck one away. We're going to keep it up nice and tight. Now our guards are awake, they're live. We've already talked about being relaxed. The phrase we want with our guards sounds quite flowery, but the phrase is this: on a long guard, they are strong, but not hard. And they are soft, but not yielding. Does sound a little bit like a bad Kung Fu movie, but they're strong. If somebody pushes on them, I can be strong. But they're not hard. I can't expect to be stronger than everybody else. And if somebody pushes it, I might fold it, or I might just let it go if they pull it. Strong, but not hard. Soft. I don't want to be yanked and pulled around by them, but they're not yielding. I'm not going to let someone just walk into that space. So mun sao, our lead hand, searching hand, seeking hand. Wu sao, our rear guard hand. And we're putting them up in our center. So as I look at the camera, there's not a gap in the middle. We're tight down that center. I'll go to the side again, so it'll be easier for you to see. And all I want you to do is just change guards. You have a front hand and a back hand, and all I want you to do is switch them. 2, 3, 4, 5. And now we'll do 2 together. 1, 2. Someone's trying to grab the hand, change it. Someone pushes the hand, change it, change it, change it. Now let's remember that we always want 2 hands, because that one can be pulled, that one can be pushed, it can even be punched over. So as we change, we don't let that hand be forgotten. We got the chance to put our hands up, therefore we want to try and keep them up if we can. So all I'm doing is changing, changing, changing hand. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They can both push, they can both stop, but they can also both hit. Simply by making a fist, and remember we're hitting with the knuckles of the hand, we can hit 1 over the top, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's try again. Long hand, punch, come back to a position we recognize. 2, back to a position we recognize. 3, 4, 5. Let's try again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And again, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're not holding it out. We're remembering to pull one back. If we're trying to hold it out, we get stuck when we go to punch again. Just the same as when we were hitting earlier and we were working this way. If we left it out, we couldn't go again. Not about hitting and being stiff. Again, it's all about staying relaxed. So, long guard, changing. 1, 2, 3. Now punch down the middle. 1, 2, 3. Then we have a short guard, looks a bit more like a boxer. Protect your face, and we're hitting down that pipe. Ready? 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Down that line. 1, 2. 1, 2. Always remembering 1 hitting, 1 protecting. And then we had the first punch we did, which is when our hands are stuck low. We'll do a few from here in this sort of fake position because we've really got to take care of our elbows. We don't want to go pulling. So we'll just do 3, 1, 2, 3, and then we'll make it realistic again by dropping the hand. 1, out and back. 2, out and back. 3, out and back. 4, 5, and then we'll go fast. 1, 2, 3. Did you keep up? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Remember what we did at the beginning with our neck, nice and relaxed. As we start to hit, if we stay stiff, the whole thing's going to slow down. So it's about staying relaxed. We'll do the other hand. We're up. 1, 2, 3. Getting used to the movement, getting used to the whip. Then we drop the hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Okay, well done. Relax. Some bits and pieces to work there. Remember, hitting with a strong hand, but a relaxed bicep. Relaxation allows the power to get out the end. Any type of punch, any type of strike. I've never wanted to hurt anybody in my life. I just don't want to be hurt. But if we're training martial arts, we're potentially thinking about it, even if we don't have an intention to do it. And if I'm going to hit, I want that power to go out the end. So the punch is measured by what goes out, not what is held back. So we try and make sure we stay nice and relaxed. Okay, brilliant. So let's stay relaxed. And what I want to do now is I want to show you some ideas that you can take away and practice. And I'd like to give you a chance to have a look at. If you've got somebody there with you, you can have a practice now. If not, you can watch the training and then practice it later. These practice videos are going to be up and available through Carers UK. You'll give us a little bit of time to sort out a code with them so that you can access them. But in the meantime, we've got these 2 techniques to be able to work through. Now, if we're talking about self-defense, we've already said that we want our hands up. This space is crucial. It's important. We've looked at having our hands down. Can we hit if we don't get our hands up in time? Yes. Can we work in this more sort of sport environment and punch? Yes. But in self-defense, the problem isn't how do I get in on you? How do I move? How do we break you down? That's not what it is at all. A boxing match is like that. How do I get in? How do I use my timing? Self-defense is always, how do I get this bugger off of me? They're too close. So if we're going to use our hands to hopefully try and make space, we need different ways of getting our hands through. These are the 2 techniques that we've given you, 2 different ways of doing it. One, very simple, but it's limited. One will take a bit of practice. But you've got these videos, the teaching you can keep on this share and learn platform. We'll also, through Carers UK, provide you with a link to go on to staysafeglobal.com to be able to go and have a look at accessing these practice videos for all different types of self-defense scenarios. Let's have a look at the teaching here, and then we'll come back up and we'll have a look at the relaxation side of martial arts, and we'll have a look at some breathing exercises and look at being able to add the speed through relaxation and add some stress relief as well. First, let's have a look at some of these practical tips. Okay. So we understand the reason why we're raising our hands. We're creating that physical barrier between us. If we're too afraid to raise our hands and we don't get the chance, he's going to close that space. He's going to end up grabbing my clothing, my hair, or my head. We're further down the timeline, and it's going to be harder for us to get away. So if we do manage to get this physical barrier up, the next thing we have to worry about is him grabbing a hold. We must be able to get our hands free. So we're going to look at the first of the techniques to get our hands out of the grip. And we're going to use the webbing of our thumb. So open the thumb, and the webbing between the finger and the thumb, we're going to take down to break the grip. So as my hands are up and he holds, the webbing of the thumb drops down, and then I fill the space between us. Remember the golden rule. If I don't fill that space, even if I'm backing away as I do it, he certainly will fill that space. All about creating distance. The further we can keep them away, the more chance we've got of staying safe. So I take the webbing of the thumb down, and as you can see, his head falls forward slightly. So I'm going to drop my head to the ground so that if his head comes forward, he's going to smash his face up into the top of my head rather than his head into my face. Hold, down, and if he does come forward, he's going to smash his face into the top of my head. Drop your weight as you do it and re-grip. Hands back up to fill the space. Now this technique does work. It's very simple. However, it's limited. If Lee holds me tight and squeezes hard and is close, I can't get this away. Remember, our promise is we're not going to teach lies and we're not going to teach magic tricks. As he holds, I cannot get free of this technique. So why am I teaching you to do it? Well, again, its advantage is it's simple. And if it's simple, you've got half a chance of pulling it off. But we need to understand something. Any grip is different on the way on to when it's actually locked on. If I'm able to move quickly and see it coming and get my hands free, the technique's going to work. However, the very nature of self-defense is that it's on you before you know what's going on. Now, if Lee's holding me hard, I'll be honest with you, I cannot break that grip. So if we can react quickly, it's going to work for us. But it's not the be-all and the end-all. We need another technique for when he's too strong. So to help you practice, we put together these demonstration techniques, and this is what will be available. All of the different scenarios, different ideas, dangers highlighted, things to remember highlighted, and all that will be available through Carers UK. We'll send you out a link, and you'll be able to access across the whole range of these techniques. Obviously, if you're watching this on the portal, you can watch the teaching elements again as well, and watch these as many as you like. But through our site, you will be able to access more. Let's have a look at the next. Let me show you one more of these, because that first idea, it is simple, it's worth knowing, it's very limited. The next one, slightly harder, takes a bit more practice, but you get nothing for nothing. Let's have a look at it. So now we come on to the second movement to get our hands free. As we've said, the first one is very simple, but it's very limited.
Now you get nothing for nothing. This next technique has to be a little bit more complicated. It's still achievable, but the payoff is that it's going to work as a better alternative to trying to get the hands free this way. So it'll take a little bit of practice. And there's certain points we're going to highlight that are going to be the key to making it work. So if I bring Lee in again, this time as Lee holds my hands and he's holding them tight, I don't have the strength to get the hands free. I also didn't see it early enough to break. He's holding me, we're struggling, I wasn't ready. Again, the nature of self-defense is that you don't know when it's going to happen. You've just got to be able to react. So as he's holding me, from here, we're going to take the hand across and we're going to brace one arm while at the same time pulling back. So we're going to brace one arm while at the same time pulling one back. As Lee holds my hands, the 2 points that we're going to look at are, one, that the weight drops as we brace into the opposite arm. At the same time as we go down and drop, we're going to pull up with the hand, and the hand comes straight to the shoulder. The way out of any grip is through the thumb. So you can see here, Lee can almost encircle my whole wrist, but the way out is still through the thumb. It's not pushing it back through the back of the hand. So the direction that we need to pull must lead the hand to come out through the thumb point. So we drop down and then we pull our other hand back towards the shoulder. Don't try and push it. You can't push it out the back of his hand. So we're going to go down, pull back to the shoulder. When you get used to the movement and timing the two together, we're going to twist. So as we release, the arm is going to twist and come out. So we're going to go down, drop, twist, and come back to the shoulder. Now, every session I've ever taught, there is one person who does that. Don't make it you. So remember, down, back to the shoulder with a twist, and then we fill the space. Now you'll find this technique works better than the first one. It's got a higher success rate once you've mastered the timing and the direction of the pull, but it's not foolproof yet. After working with survivors and victims of abuse, the one thing that they always tell us is the strength of the opponent is huge. We need to be able to move in a way that helps mitigate that strength, but also understand that sometimes a technique just isn't going to work for us. If he's strong enough to keep my hands apart, I can't get my hand over to brace. If I go to do the technique and I miss, and he's able to keep my hands apart now, I can't do the technique. So if he's too strong and stops my hands from coming together, or I go and do the technique and I miss, I end up not being able to make it work. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater though. Most people don't hold your hands apart straight away. So if we can react, we have a chance of getting our hands free. But because there's still the chance of us being overpowered, we can't leave it there. We need to have a foolproof system of getting our hands free, no matter how strong the person is. We're going to look at that in our next technique.
So you can take these ideas, put them on loop, have a practice. But if you take anything away from this training, it's this: don't lift your knee. The advice to kick or knee the groin when we work with survivors say that there's always pushing and pulling involved. And as soon as you lift a leg, unfortunately, you end up in the worst place on the floor. It's worth putting some time in to practice and play with these. However, we do have to be careful. Okay, let's come back up. So, if we are going to practice together, it's important that when we train, we have respect for each other. In a martial arts class, some systems bow to each other. In the style of martial arts that we're doing here, we make a right fist and a left palm. We just place them together. But all it's really doing is it's just letting your partner know that you're mindful of the fact that you're going to be working with them. You're saying, look, I will let you work with my body. Let me work with yours. And if there's any accident, then it wasn't intended. But I'm going to do my utmost to make sure that there isn't an accident and I'm not going to hurt you. So Stay Safe Global is the name of the organization that we're representing here. And whenever we train, it's Stay Safe Global. So that's SSG. And we train slowly, we train sensibly, and we train gently. And that goes across everything that we do. So you've got a couple of taught ideas there. You've got some practice videos to look back, put on loop, have a practice, share with loved ones, have a look around. We'll also, in time, send you out a link to the full list of training videos. And these are things that we supply to our clients all around the world. They're tried, tested, and trusted. So you can get them, and they're quite short. We know you don't have lots of time to dedicate to going to these classes and time away from your caring responsibilities. So dip in, dip out. And whatever you do, just make sure you enjoy your training. So sometimes I know people, when they even train by themselves before they do anything, they like to show respect. They like to get their head in gear. In some styles, I watch them bow. They're not bowing to anyone, but it's just saying, I'm going to take some time for me. I'm going to relax, drop down into my body for a while, and I'm going to do something different. 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, quarter of an hour. It's all beneficial. So whenever you train, the key is always consistency. We just make sure that we keep training. Whether we can't train for 2 weeks and then we suddenly find 10 minutes, that's great. Whether we could do it every day for a period of time and then everything got in the way, it doesn't matter. It's about consistency, not trying to force something onto our lives that's never going to fit. All right, so with that in mind, you may find that you have 5 minutes to spend and you want to have a little bit of a workout. You want to raise your heart rate. So we'll give you some ideas to go through. So let's give you a little bit of an idea that you can start to work, and then we'll slow it down and say, well, after that, let's bring our heart rate down. Or I don't feel like going hard today. I want to look at some breathing exercises. So let's have a look at 2 different ways of working. First of all, let's go through using some of the techniques we did earlier, and let's have a look at some little combinations, and we'll test your memory as well. And hopefully I won't make a mistake when I give you the numbers and we look at the memory recall, because it's on camera. Okay, all right, so we're going to start, and we're going to start with count number 1. Count number 1 is simply 1, 2. It's these 2 straight punches we did earlier. So if I count number 1, we're just going to hit 1 and then 2, 1 and then 2. So let's try it. 1, boom, boom. 1, boom. 1, boom, boom. And if I count number 2, it's going to be similar, but it's going to start with that side punch. So it's going to go side punch, side punch. So number 2, side punch, side punch. Doesn't matter what hand you use. 2, side punch, side punch. Make sure the guard is up too. So we got 2 to try and remember now. Count number 1, hands up, 1, 2. Count number 2, hands down, 1, 2. Now count number 3. Count number 3 was when our hands were up and long, and we're going to change guard, or we're going to punch. It's up to you. We could be changing guards to keep people off. You saw on those videos, we're trying to protect this space, or we could punch there. So count number 3, long guard, 2 punches or 2 pushes away. So let's try again. Count number 1, short guard, 1, 2. Count number 2, hands down, 1, 2. Count number 3, long guard. 1, 2. All right, let's go on. Let's see if we can get a little bit more complicated. Ready? We'll go, bear with it. We'll go number 4. Now, number 4 is going to be 1, 2, and then we're going to use the shoulder slightly differently. We're going to hit elbow, elbow. Don't worry too much about how we're using the elbow. Fold it in, fold it in. Have some fun with it. Don't go swinging it around. You might fall out the chair, but also you might get pushed. See, in martial arts, we use different types of the body. The advantage of hitting with the elbow, it's incredibly close. Again, be very, very careful if you practice. Let's try it. Number 4, 1, 2, elbow, elbow. Number 4, 1, 2, elbow, elbow. Number 4, 1, 2, elbow, elbow. And we'll have one more. We'll have number 5. Okay. Now, number 5 is going to be take a wide stance on your chair, because you're going to hit 1, 2, roll, 1, 2. So it's 4 punches, but watch. 1, 2, we're going to roll to the side. We're going to use our middle a bit, and then we're going to hit again. So let's look at those 2 higher numbers. Number 4, first of all. 1, 2. Then it's those elbows, elbows. And then number 5. 1, 2. Use your middle, roll, and then 2 more punches. Number 5. 1, 2, roll. Use your middle. 1, 2. Again, don't fall out the chair. Only do what you feel capable of, and we'll try and put this together. So let's try. Number 1. This is where I've got to remember them too. Okay, ready? Number 1, short guard. 2 punches for the first 3. Ready? Number 1, bomb, bomb. Good. Number 2, hand was down. 1, 2. Number 3, that was that long guard. 2 punches or 2 pushes. Protect that space. Number 4, starting to get trickier. 2 punches, 2 elbows. 4, bomb, bomb, 4, 4. And then number 5, making sure we're nice and stable on the ground. 1, 2, roll. 1, 2. And we'll do that again. Roll the other way. 1, 2, roll. 1, 2. All right. So I'm going to call out a number. You're going to remember exactly what it was, and you're going to do it. Okay. Hopefully, I call out the right number and do the right movement. Otherwise, you can send a clip in and complain about me getting it wrong. Follow me through. But it also means that if you don't have time to log on and you recognize these 5 movements, you can start to put these combinations through together for yourself. You don't have to go massively hard. You don't have to spend hours sweating away. Remember, it's about consistency, not intensity. Don't go massively intense. I get people telling me all the time in martial arts, oh, I'm going to train every night of the week. Yeah, I'm going to do this. They just burn out. Or they've got young children, or they've got other responsibilities. Now, as a whole, you are carers and you give your time for others. So if you get a little bit of time for yourself, enjoy it. Okay? Don't go too hard. Enjoy the work. All right, I've spoken so long. Let's hope we haven't forgotten those numbers. Let's try. In order first. Number 1, bomb, bomb. Number 2, number 3, number 4, 2 punches, 2 elbows. Number 5, roll, roll. And then we'll mix them up. Number 2, number 3, number 4, number 1, number 5, roll, roll. And then you can put them together for yourself. Number 2 and number 4. Oh, that's got us thinking. 1, 2, and number 4 was 2 elbows. Good. Number 1 and number 5. They're quite similar, but look, number 1, then number 5, roll, roll. Number 3 and number 1, long guard, bomb, bomb. Number 1, short guard. Number 4, number 5. Roll, roll. Number 1, number 2. Number 2, number 5. And rest. Well done. Good. Hopefully you kept up. You can watch back on those videos and you can see them and you can start to put your own little routines together. You don't have to train for years and years to be able to put little routines together. Just get your heart rate up a bit. Just make sure you relax. So now let's bring it down. Let's slow the heart rate down. And let's start to think about our breathing. We've already spoken about the fact that sometimes we have days where we're stressed, we're running around, we've got a million and one things to do, and we feel unsettled. We feel anxious. This time of year, people feel anxious anyway, coming up towards the holidays because of COVID, lockdown worries, pressures. You're all wonderful people. You're giving your time for others, but there's a lot of worry and a lot of pressure on you. Well, we can't get rid of that pressure. What we can do is start to be able to relax. And the only way we can try and get that balance is to begin through our breathing. So whenever we're panicked, we notice our breathing gets shorter. We gain balance on the outside, whether it's in martial arts when we're kicking and such or working on one leg, or emotional balance. We get balance on the outside through trying to find balance on the inside. And we do that by thinking of our breathing. So that's what we're going to do to start with. Some styles like Tai Chi really take these ideas and they run with them. Today, we're not really doing anything formal. It could be described as Qigong, which is just movement with air. And it's not intense. It's focusing on movement with the breath. And we're going to time the movement to our breathing, not the other way around. So first of all, just sit relaxed. If you can, sit up straight. And imagine someone's pulled a hair on the top of your head. Take deep breaths. Breathe in through your nose. And out through your mouth. Try and exhale for slightly longer than you inhale, but don't force it. Breathing is natural. Recognize that rhythm. Deep breath in. Longer exhale out. If you want to, you can lightly close your eyes. And if you do close your eyes, I'll tell you when to open them, don't worry. You just imagine you're looking into the distance. And it just relaxes the muscles that control the eyeballs. Deep breath in and out. You can touch the tip of your tongue to the roof of your mouth. There's a connection there between a lung and a heart point. And if you start to feel you're generating saliva, just swallow it. This also has a calming effect on the digestive system. So just sit, breathe, don't force it. Recognize that rhythm. In through the nose, you're controlling, out through the mouth. And if you gently open your eyes again, we're just going to match that movement of the breathing to movement with the body. And remember, we're matching the physical movement to the breathing, not the other way around. Do not try and be too precise with this. It's the movement with the breath we're looking for. So as we breathe in, we're going to gather. And as we breathe out, we're just going to take it down. As we breathe in, we're going to gather. As we breathe out, we're going to take it down. Trying to keep that back straight. If you want to, push your backside right to the back of the chair. If you can, hold yourself up. Deep breathing in. And out. in. And this time we're going to come in and we're going to stretch. So we're going to come in and we're going to stretch up. One hand is going to go up and one hand is just coming down. Now relax the neck. We're not trying to get longer or higher, and then just relax again. Breathe in. Gathering, and then we're just stretching up and down. Don't lock any of the joints. We're not stretching as if we were going to do a gymnastics competition. We're just allowing the joints to open. If we start to lock the joints, we start to create barriers and tension. Breathe in and stretch up. Again, feel the temptation of that neck to tense and focus on it, staying relaxed. Nothing wrong with it trying to tense, just be aware of it. This time we're going to stretch and open up the chest in the same way. Not like we're bodybuilding, not like we're locking out joints. We're going to open, breathe in, and then we're going to open out. So now imagine we're drawing a bow. So like a bow and arrow, our hand's going to come across the chest. Don't worry about specifics in the hand. Just focus on your breathing. We're going to keep doing that side, but feel free to change and do the other side once you get an idea. Breathe in, gather. And breathe out. Extend, draw back, and relax. Breathe in. Open. Don't make it too formal. Don't worry overly. Just movement with breathing. And then we'll try the other side. Breathe in. And again, you may take this slower or faster, just depending on your breathing. But it's not meant to be strong. It's not meant to be fast. Now, we're going to take some twisting motion in here. So to start, we've already looked at that roll we did earlier. We've been holding our abdomen, maybe if we're sat in the chair. I just want you to reach side to side. So can you see what I'm doing? I'm reaching across. I'm reaching across. And you should feel, make sure you got a nice wide grip on the chair. You got your feet nice and flat on the floor. And you're reaching to the side, reaching to the side. Reaching. And reaching, using that turn, using that middle. And then we're going to reach, look, and then we're going to open. And then we're going to close. So let's try again. Same hand. Reach, open, breathe, close. Reach, open. Open all the chest, sink and close. Try the other hand. Look, it's just a reach to start. Reach. Whole hand goes together, whole body. Open, close. Reach, open, close. Don't worry too much about what the hand's doing. I'm making a sort of strong shape here as I sink. But again, it's not as important as the general movement and the breathing for now. So we're twisting, we're opening, and we're closing. So let's have a look at putting that together in a sequence. And again, this sequence can be taken, adjusted, and made your own. Deep breath in. And out. Breathe in again. Gather this time. And drop. And just get used to the body moving with the breath. Next, we breathe in and we stretch up. Stretch down. You may want to spend more time doing this. You feel your tension is definitely in this area. Stretch. Remember, we're not trying to get longer or longer arms or reach higher. We're just letting the joints move naturally in their socket. The hand you can't see is just going palm down towards the floor. And then we'll stretch open. We've got that bow opening. Don't worry too much about what the hands are doing. Relax. Now we'll go the other side. And again, depending on where you're feeling the pressure, where you're feeling the tension, you can work slower or work on one side. Now watch, breathe in. We're going to open. With the back hand, we're going to reach, open, close, and relax. Again, breathe in. We're going to do the same side. We're going to open. The hand that's by your shoulder is going to do all the work. Reach and get the twist. Then open, then close. Good. And relax. Now we'll do the other side. Breathe in. The hand at the back. Reach, open, close. Again. Open, reach, open, close. And now let's bring that together with what we did earlier. The sequence gets longer, but you can stay with it. You've got this. Watch. Breathe in. Open. Back hand does all the work. 1, 2, 3. Change that guard. 2, 3, and punch. Open the hand. A little grip. Hands back and down and relax. It can all come together. Within that session, there's elements that you can take and that you can work. Elements of speed, elements of relaxation. And you can put combinations and little sessions for yourself together or just follow along. But again, remember, it's about making it work for you. Consistency, not intensity. Okay, well, thank you very much for your time today. I know how precious it is for you. So for you to be able to get, we've had an hour, a whole hour for each yourself and dedicate it to coming and listening to me. I really am appreciative. And I hope you've learned something and take this away. Carers UK have got it on their hub. It will be up and live. They'll be contacting you. And there will also be the possibility of going on to staysafeglobal.com, and there will be a code supplied to you by Carers UK where you'll be able to access those self-defense practice videos, and you can work and then you can practice with loved ones. If you enjoyed the martial arts side of what we did, then the art is Wing Chun Kung Fu. And I represent a national association, the UK Wing Chun Kung Fu Association. If you'd like to learn more about the history, more about the beauty of the art, then simply just go to ukwingchun.com and you'll be able to learn all about the art, history, and if you wanted to continue your training in that art in particular, then it's all there. So it's the UK Wing Chun Kung Fu Association. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you.